Yo guys, so Cali Music here. Welcome to a new kind of series. I don't know if it's going to be a series, but welcome to a new video idea that I literally just came up with. So I have recently been listening to a bunch of UK rappers, and I have found some that are, in my opinion, severely underrated in the scene. And I wanted to do a series where I kind of basically like go through the first album of that artist that I've heard and give you guys my thoughts on why this artist is underrated. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So in this first episode, I don't know if it's going to be a series, I don't know if you guys want to see more, but in this video, we're going to be doing two of my favourite rappers right now. The first one being Novelist, and the second one being Big Zuu. So I'm going to start with Novelist in this little section of the video. I will play snippets of the songs that I listen to regularly from both artists, but because of copyright, I can't play the entire song, so it'll probably be like a 15-20 second snippet of each song. But yeah, so we're gonna get into just the whole thing really. And yeah, so the first one I'm gonna do is Novelist. Now Novelist is from Lewisham, I think it's South London, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard him on a grime set with Eyes, Big Zuu and Lioness round about, was it November last year, something like that. It might have been this year actually. It was a few months back, that's all I know. And I don't know, the way he sounds when he's spitting, it's like he doesn't do speed, and for me speed isn't something a grime MC needs to specialize in. I mean, you got rappers like P Money who can do that, and Ocean Wisdom, and don't get me wrong, I love those guys. Like, those guys are so good at what they do, and I ain't got a problem with them using speed. Like Big Zuu does it as well, but with the way that Novelist does it, he's like, his attitude on the microphone compared to most other rappers, it's like he's being real with his lyrics. You can tell in his lyrics he's talking about real things. Like in one of the songs I'm going to play you, he's talking about how it's all about God and he's praying and all that sort of stuff, and it's like it's got a different approach compared to normal, and I think that combined with the overall tone that he goes for on not just grime sets but in his own tracks as well. He produces, I'm pretty sure he is known for making beats himself, so he produces and writes most, if not every single song he's ever put out. And his recent EPs, Inferno and Rainfire, are honestly some of the most underrated EPs to come out in 2019 and I think 2020 as well. I think Rainfire came out earlier this year, or it might have been late last year. I remember seeing it on my feed on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I've got to listen to that. And there were some bangers on both of those albums. Like we've got Active from Inferno, then you've got Investing, Pull Up. You're like, yeah, he's just a really versatile artist. He can go from talking like aggressively about proper like normal grime sets, I guess, like normal grime ideologies, like making pee, like not caring about other people, like being on road. Like there was a cypher he did for Black Ops 4, and it had all the grime MCs on it. He was on it, and he was like talking about Lewisham McDee's and stuff. I just found it really funny. But yeah, Novelist is the first guy that I really wanted to put in the spotlight, and it's like, if you haven't heard of him, what are you doing? Like really. Yeah, so I'm gonna play you two songs from his Rainfire EP. Obviously because of copyright I can't play the whole thing, but I'm gonna play you 20 seconds of each song, and I'm gonna explain to you guys what I think on both tracks and the energy that he gives off and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna cut to the songs, and then I will be back to talk to you about it. And yeah.
Get cash, no splash, big plans for the fam, I'm self-invested. What you know about dough on the table, and tell a man straight you are not interested. On a serious money man thing, gotta get it, but it's something that I'm not impressed with. Got patience, brother, don't test it, acquire what I want, nothing else accepted. When I get cash, no splash, big plans for the fam, I'm self-invested. Pull up anywhere like, what's man telling me? Are you my friend, or are you my enemy? Remember me say, me have good memory. Pulling up like Pac-Man, more energy. More energy, fam. Pull up anywhere like, are you my friend, or are you my enemy? Remember me say, me have good memory. Pulling up like Pac-Man, more energy.
So we'll start with Investing. I like the energy that he brings to the song, straight from the get-go. The intro, the chorus is very catchy. I mean, I know all the words to it, so it's I don't know, I've only been listening to it for about 2 months, something like that, and I can honestly say that this is one of the best songs that I've heard of or listened to in 2020 during this whole pandemic stuff. But yeah, the chorus is catchy. The beat as well, it's very unique and genuine. It's kind of got like this American feel to it, but it's still grime, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's kind of upbeat, but it's more like, yeah, with how versatile Novelist is, it's just his kind of beat, and that's why I think that song just slaps. And as for Pull Up, again, chorus as well, with the Pac-Man energy lyric, that just had me so gassed. I like the deepness in the voice on it, just the way that he flows on it. And the thing is, I couldn't differentiate between the feature, who's Prem, and the Novelist, because they both have kind of the same style of, like, they're both kind of monotone when they rap, but I don't know, I think Novelist is more, like, noticeable, but either way, both songs slap. And if you haven't already, I definitely recommend you listen to the whole Rainfire EP, because it is just so sick. And the same with the Inferno one as well. If you just go onto Novelist's like discography on YouTube, and you'll find some genuine bangers on there, like I've found and shown you already. So yeah, that's the first underrated rapper in the scene, in my opinion. And yeah, Novelist for me is one of those guys where it's like, if you don't want to listen to drill, but you want to listen to something that still goes hard, then Novelist is definitely one guy that you should be listening to, because he generally has that style that so many rappers wish they had. And it's pretty crazy, but we'll get into the next one, which is Big Zuu. Now, you were not ready for Big Zuu, but I will go into it right about now. So for me, I first found Big Zuu in the background of an AJ Tracey mic check for packages, and everyone commented about Big Zuu being in the video. I did not know he was a grime MC until years later, probably 2017, when his Big Zuu EP was released, and I was working on, I think I was in work experience at the time. It might have been 2018 when I was listening to it, but I remember I first hear it come out, and I was like, who's this Big Zuu guy? Like, I didn't know who he was, and I found out he was in the same group as AJ Tracey, and I think they're relatives, cousins. I don't think they're like blood related, but they call them each other's cousins. So it's either like a really close bond, or they actually are related. But either way, they're in the same group called MTP, so that's what My Team Paid. It's got AJ Tracey, D7, Big Zuu, and a bunch of other artists in there. And yeah, I first heard the Big Zuu EP when I was in work experience, working with my mum in the card shop. And on my lunch breaks, I would listen to the Big Zuu EP, and I was baffled. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I was like, Big Zuu, the guy who I thought was just a guy rolling with AJ in the background of packages, has been putting out music since his first EP came out in 2015, I think. But this EP just banged. He had bars. He's got speed, flows, aggressiveness. He's got some joke bars in there, like obviously purposely comedic, not bars and like, oh, he's trying to make them good, but they're actually trash. No, like he purposely has some good bars in here that just make you laugh. And yeah, for me, Big Zuu is one of my favourite grime artists of all time. If you want to do top 5, it's definitely Novelist and Big Zuu, obviously the two guys in this video, JME, Skepta, because they're just OGs. And I'd probably have to say Eyes or Kamikaze, but or maybe Dave, but I don't think Dave's more of a grime artist. Same with AJ Tracey, but they're still up there. But for now, I'm gonna play you 2 songs from the Big Zuu EP, and these 2 songs, as I'm editing this video, will definitely be playing in my headphones while I'm editing this video. So that just proves that I really rate this EP, and I really respect Big Zuu as an artist, and just enjoy his music, especially with his new EPs that are coming out. Like, he got his debut album, Content with Content, I think that was his debut album, or the We Will Walk album. The guy's done freestyles for Liverpool when they won the Premier League. He's done them with Jordan Henderson and Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's just done a lot for Liverpool and for the grime scene. And yeah, I'm just going to play you 2 songs, and I'm going to go through them like I did with Novelist. And then, yeah, so without further ado, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to let you enjoy the music, so enjoy it.
I told AJ this one's fucked, I had to touch, control the thing like a clutch. Bars it head tops, man after duck, you thought it's luck, but I work half on the jump. You ain't a bad man, you're a chump, you talking funk till you get hit with a thump. Hit it with a smooth bang, leave man with a lump. Rubbish when these young guns say that they dumb. Nah, they ain't never been a dumpers. Gas in the D-square jumpers. You ain't bad with the 14, that's the square, we divide the draw for the pumpers. But sometimes remembering's hard, trying to forget all my past, giving my Zubi a blast. Trying to smooth over times as a youngin' was harsh, and I grew over tides. See, I'm cutting the grass, so I can see all the snakes that are plotting a scheme. Talk about robbing a G, but fam, are you dumb, are you lean? About better than me, you must be stuck in a dream. Well, I'm waking, I'm up, I'm in love with the money, there's no breaking us up. I've done the hard work, now yeah, the rating is up. Hating on us, then you're crazy or nuts. Come my brother got something tight, rearranging your guts. I remember them days on the bus, now I shot you right there with a driver I trust.
So with Tell Man Twice, it's got speed, flows. AJ Tracey's feature on this is actually just insane as well. The whole song is as a whole, it's one of those songs you can just get gassed to. It's like a gym workout song, and honestly, the production rate on this EP, especially with this song, is mental. The bars that Big Zoo's got on this track, it's crazy. He told AJ this one's fucked. Had to touch control the thing like a clutch. Like, that is a very hard bar for Big Zuu to pull that off. I mean, it's not something Big Zuu can't do. He shows effortlessly. Sorry. Constantly, he just does it how it is. It's natural for him. And yeah, AJ Tracey's verse on it is pretty sick as well. You have to hear the song to hear AJ Tracey on it, but AJ Tracey does bits on this feature. And then with Remember, it's a very personal track to Big Zuu, as he talks about his childhood and where he grew up from, being in a council flat and whatnot. And it's a very real grime song. It's kind of like embracing his roots and where he came from, and putting that in the music, saying that he grew up as a young'un, it was hard for him, but he grew up and he's focused on the music, he's focused on making a positive outlook on everything, and you can only respect Zuu for that. You can't do anything but respect Zuu for it. So yeah, Big Zuu, again, absolutely amazing MC and artist in general. His new album, We Will Walk, or his latest album, We Will Walk, is amazing. I believe he's currently making another album of his own. He's been posting stuff about it on Twitter and whatnot, but if it's real, we'll find out. But for now, Big Zoo's got a bunch of tracks on the Big Zuu EP, which the whole thing basically just kills most albums from more popular rappers these days, let's face it. And this came out in 2017 as well. But yeah, with Novelist and Big Zuu respectively, the only reason I'm saying they're underrated is because they're not getting as many followers and view counts as people expect. Like, the term underrated means you're good, but the view count you're getting isn't up to par with the more popular people in the same genre as you. Let's take, for example, Skepta. You know, Skepta and Wiley, like probably the two biggest grime pioneers next to JME and or BBK, really. And then compare JME's or Skepta's numbers to Novelist. Novelist is probably getting a significantly less amount of views compared to Skepta, but the production rate between Skepta and Novelist is equal, if not better. And Novelist has featured on Skepta's Konnichiwa album in 2016. So it shows that the diversity in the grime scene is understood and people do still rate it. But Big Zuu and Novelist are just two underrated rappers in my eyes, and I just love listening to their music. Again, as I'm editing this, Big Zoo's EP just started playing on repeat, and I'm having so much fun listening to the songs, and they're just really, really good. That's all I can say. But yeah, so this has been my first installment of the Underrated UK Rappers series. Let me know if you want this to be a series. I'm just doing this one-off video because I just wanted to talk about the subject for a long time. But if you want to see more, let me know. I'm doing gaming videos again. If you can tell, I've uploaded a Rocket League video earlier today as I'm recording this. I've also done a Terraria video, and I'm going to be doing full Let's Plays of games again, so look out for that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, sure leave a like. Check out the music in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So peace, love, positivity, all that stuff. Goodbye.
Chat to me, bro, when you talk. If you got a problem with a whole other man, please do not bring that to me.